Hello, this time you find me in the little orchard where I'm going to be doing some strimming of the long grass. We're going to be doing a little bit of summer pruning to get the fruits to swell and do really well. But keep watching also, because at the end we've got a top tip to make sure your camellia blooms perfectly next year. So in my little orchard where I grow a mixture of different types of fruit trees, I tend to let the grass grow fairly long, and through the year we get the daisies and the buttercups and the wild geraniums that look really good. But now we're getting well into the summer, I trim it down a little bit just to keep it under control, but it means the seeds of those wildflowers are scattered around. So I could do it with a mower, could do it with shears, but I'm choosing to do it with a strimmer, and this is a battery powered one, so no heavy strimmer with petrol engines or anything. So it's going to make a quick job of it. What I do need, of course, is to pop on my safety glasses to stop any bits flying up. We need to switch it on, and then away we go. So not only is this trimmer ideal for doing areas of sort of roughish grass underneath my trees, but it's great for going along the edges of fences or walls where you can't get with a mower. So really handy piece of kit to use. So I'll finish that later, because what I want to do now is just show you some of the apples. They're not doing as well this year. We had a really good crop last year, and we've got some fruits on there this year, but not as many as we would normally get. But what the tree is doing is making quite strong, long growth, and I want to keep these trees to a manageable size. So what I tend to do at this time of the year, sort of mid to late summer, is to do a little bit of summer pruning. This is a nice new stem here. I don't want that to keep growing because it's just going to make the tree big. So I'm going to cut this year's growth back by about 2/3 to a bud, which is just above a leaf there. We can see the leaf there, and we've got a bud there. So I'm going to prune that back to there. I'm going to prune this one exactly the same to a bud. I'm going to prune this one to a bud. So what that does is it automatically takes a lot of this growth off the tree. So it means that not only does that keep it more compact, but it means the energy that would be used to make this grow is going to go into the fruits so that they will swell and then ripen in the autumn. By cutting this down now, this will make a new shoot from here next year. But it also means that if we look further down, we've got these fat buds here, and these will be next year's blossom and fruit buds. So it means the energy, instead of going all the way up there, is going to be concentrated on these to ensure that we get plenty of blossom and a good crop of apples next year. So as promised, a little camellia tip. Camellias are lovely shrubs. You can grow them in the garden and they make wonderful specimens. They're evergreen, have these lovely glossy leaves, and then the beautiful flowers through the spring and into early summer in whites, pinks, light pinks, doubles and singles. If you haven't got an acid soil, which is what they prefer, slightly acidic soil, then they grow really well in containers where you can give them an ericaceous compost. So I've got this young one here, and it's doing really well. But what is very important is at this time of the year, from late summer onwards, we keep it really well watered and fed. Because if you don't get the flowers next year. Because what happens is, on the tips of the new growth made this summer, that's where the flower buds will form for next year. And if the roots dry out through the summer, those buds don't initiate properly. So it's really important that we make sure that there's plenty of moisture there. So I've got my water here. I'm also going to give it a bit of a boost. I'm going to put in a scoop of a high potash fertiliser into the water and just dissolve that in. The reason we're using a high potash feed is potash helps the flower buds to develop for next year. So it ripens that new wood and helps the flower buds to initiate, ensuring we get plenty of flowers. So that's nicely mixed in, and then all we need to do is to give this a really good soak around the roots so that it gets right down to the bottom of the pot. And we need to ensure now that we keep this moist right the way through the summer. So if you're going away on holiday, you need to get somebody in to come and water it for you. And I feed once a week, and then we'll get lovely big flower buds that form by the end of the season that we can enjoy next year. Well, we hope you enjoyed our pots and trowels gardening video with some hints and tips in there for you. And we'd like to thank Cobra Garden, who give us their continued support to make these videos. Please, please spread the word. If you like it, hit the button, and then also tell all your friends so we can get everybody out there enjoying their gardens.